We're live.
It's me. I said, Jagger, can't hear him.
Well, you wouldn't be able to hear him. No,
Audience can't hear him.
no, not yet.
No, testing. Nobody's hearing.
They're here, man. It's taking long to load.
I can lose the opportunity.
Hi, Antoinette. Hi, Allison.
Happy Sunday.
Allison's handle is Allison Diary of a Vegan.
Wow. How is that going?
Is it a YouTube channel, Allison, that we can subscribe to?
We have been yo-yoing with that one.
Hi, Claudia Thompson. Hi, Natural Hair.
Hi. Thank you for joining us.
Antoinette says, first time joining live. I always watch the rebroadcast.
Oh,
Welcome.
welcome. Thank you for making the effort too.
Yeah.
I know it's an effort. It's an effort for us to really get on here on a Sunday as well.
It's not that much effort.
What do you mean? You could be in your bed, right? I could be watching what's the show I'm watching now called
Diplomat?
Diplomat. I think I finished watching Diplomat, you know.
You finished watching it?
I think so, but it didn't appear as if I'd finished because I didn't like how it stopped.
Oh,
It stopped with this car blowing up, and I thought there was more. I think I need to go look at it if there's more.
no, there isn't.
There isn't anymore.
That's it. I thought it was like, there should be like a part B or something.
I thought there was because I actually said, let me turn off this now after this episode and go to my bed. So I've been trying to get back to it, but
What else are you watching then?
um, well, last night, I watched a dance show.
Mhm.
I don't get back to a series yet. So I tend to binge watch these series, guys. Yeah, because I'm so busy that sometimes I just take a day off and say, oh, no, not doing anything. And then I jump on a series and I watch it forever.
I know, like
Suits. I was doing Suits thing the other day.
I think
But I finished Suits now.
Saturday I binge watched Selling Sunset,
Mm-hmm.
which I absolutely love. I do think I lose a few brain cells when I watch it, but I absolutely love Selling Sunset.
Why would you lose a few brain cells over that?
Because the arguments that they have sometimes don't make any sense. But
That's just to sell the show, right?
yeah, it's just to sell the show.
Oh, that's why it don't make any sense.
Allison says 5 years of vegan going great. No, not on YouTube as yet.
And listen, what type of stuff you eat? What you eat for meat? I guess you're doing the mushrooms, beans. What else?
Apart from mushrooms and beans, I have no clue.
I don't really like beans. Beans give me gas. Good afternoon, Joy.
Nicole says it's her first time as well. Welcome.
Welcome. Watching from Queens, New York.
Hi, Joy. Sophia says I'm early. Yes, you are.
Sophia, very early today. SMD Daily. Hi, ladies. First time.
Hi,
UK.
welcome.
It's late in the UK now. It's about 8 o'clock, I would imagine. 8 or 9 o'clock. 9 p.m. Mm-hmm. Thank you for staying up to watch us. Hope you don't have work tomorrow. Sometimes we do go on and on and on. Right. So Tony, how was your week?
It's pretty good.
Oh.
It really didn't get busy until Friday. Like
Paid
it
it.
wasn't even payday Friday, but I had like I was on target for like doing everything that I need to get done day to day, and then Friday happened. That is just all of a sudden I was behind.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what happened Thursday night, but I just end up with so much things to accomplish for Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of offers on things.
Yeah.
On property. Well, came on. Now remember, YouTube Live, you can ask me any questions. We are,
Oh, it's 21:05. What time is 21:05?
that's 9.
Oh, that's 9.
9:05. She says tofu. Can't do the side thing. When I eat it, my back hurts. So I have to get rid of that. Chickpeas.
What's that? Tempeh? What's that?
Tempeh. Tempeh. I don't know what it is. And lots of mushrooms.
Right, I figured mushrooms would be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
We got some mushrooms today, so I'm gonna see how my other daughter Rachel, she'll cook that. We see how that goes. We're just trying to get this whole vegan thing going.
I know, like the only thing I've had mushrooms in really is eggs, and I guess if I'm eating eggs, that's not really vegan.
Why? Vegan people can't eat eggs? Why?
Well, that's a chicken stage.
Whatever.
No, I don't think that's vegan.
Is that Neka?
Naku jam.
Naku. Love midweek video. Kudos to that young lady. Her story is so inspirational.
Yes.
Yes, that's
Latoya.
Latoya. Yeah, Latoya has been with us on a journey. She says we're her mentors. She probably listen or she at work. She listen later. So we try to mentor her through the steps because she keeps saying, Miss Davis, you need to talk to people like me who don't have anybody to talk to, who don't understand, you know. So she calls me all hours of the day and night. If I'm awake, I'll definitely answer because I don't have no timing in terms of 9 to 5. So sometimes I'm up till 12 midnight. If I'm awake, I'll answer. If I don't answer, it's because I'm asleep. But I'll probably answer you. This is a police station. What can I do for you?
We have a friend who does that too.
You know, 119 emergency. Sure is area 1. I think I do a gentleman that the other night. He said, no. Sorry about that, sir. Sorry about
Wow, you kid.
the answer. Sometimes it can be a genuine emergency, you know? People live all over the world, so different time zones and all that. Mulberry. Hi, blessings, Mulberry. Doreen says hi.
Kyle is watching from Dallas, Texas.
You know Dallas, Texas. Or it wasn't Dallas. Where were
No,
you?
I was in San Antonio. I mean, the initial flight stopped in Dallas, but I was just in the airport for 3 hours.
It could have come out. That's a pretty place. How to get a title. All right.
Like an actual
Like
title,
an actual real title.
or you just want the copy of
the
one
title.
that already exists.
Yeah, that's true. Tell us which one. You want a copy of one that is already in existence, or you want a title for a place that don't have no title. That's what we need to know. Mulberries from UK.
Oh, we have a few UK people tonight.
Right, that's good. Hi Kay, good afternoon. Who you miss? Anybody?
No, I don't think so. KTG.
All right, remember you can ask us your questions. We'll take them. If we don't take them during our presentation, then we'll definitely take them afterwards. A lot of persons come on because they want to hear what is bubbling, what is happening in the real estate. Real estate in Jamaica tend to move slow though, guys.
You think so?
I mean, in terms of getting it off the ground. In terms of from where you buy the property, the land or whatever, getting the drawings done and all of that, and getting the approval, and then going to the bank to fight with them for the money, and then mobilizing the people. Oh my God, it can take you 1-2 years. But I guess when you get well-eyed like a Wiccan or a Gore, it's easier to mobilize and just get moving, you know? Well-oiled machine, yeah, they learn the system.
I think what happens at the initial start for persons who don't know is that the information isn't centrally located anywhere.
Yeah.
So to find out what you even need to do, you kind of have to bucket through every step before you actually know what's happening.
Would that be where they have water problems now? Portland? I don't know. Where in Portland they have water problems now? Remember that any water problems Portland is having now will soon be sorted out. Because of the roadworks and all of that, they would have to lock off water and don't put water in the lines because they're installing lines. They have to cut lines, join lines, um, and all of that. But I don't say Portland can have water problem. Them rivers heavy.
Hmm.
Yeah, the rivers are very good. I've never seen a dry riverbed in Portland. I've seen it in St. Thomas, and I saw it in no St. Thomas. Remember, we went to look at the cave, and
Yeah.
no, I've seen dry place in St. Thomas. I haven't seen that in Portland.
Hmm.
But anybody lives in Portland? Tell me what is happening in Portland.
Steffi's asking about the Palmetto Pines.
Oh, you still hear about that, Steffi? So
We're still waiting on the price.
I'm still waiting on if it's price. We have a price in my head, but I'm still waiting for them to give me the final price. And we're actually waiting on this valuator for that. You don't get the title, meaning you don't have a title. Doreen, you still don't answer the question. Is it a property that had a title before, or is this one of these properties that only have the tax paper and doesn't and don't have any title? Talk in Jamaica now. Is it a property that don't have no title at all, meaning it only has the tax paper?
Or what do you call that? Common law. What do you call it? I can't remember the name now.
No, them some titles were under common law. Yeah, those are the ones that conveyance. They just
Oh,
sign up the paper, say I sell to John Brown, whatever,
I
and them
got you.
stamp it, and that was it. All right, so let's get into the correct. We're at 312, 320, no 312. Let's get into the presentation, and then we'll take the questions.
Go ahead. This one, right?
Yeah, slideshow first, or get to the front of the table first.
You have your cell phone up so we can see what they're seeing.
You're seeing it already. Yes, I have on the screen. Everybody, we're just checking if you're able to see the screen. Right now, we're having a heat wave in Jamaica, and we're just praying for some rain.
Yes, they are. Go ahead.
All right, welcome everybody.
Right now,
Hi.
I'm in a heat wave in Jamaica. I always forget that your phone is not on silent.
All right, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on the live with us today. I'm Claudia Davis. And you know my number is 2926776. Real estate broker in Jamaica. I handle sales, rental, lease, and auctions. That's my license. Tony Ann's number is 3708138, and she's also a salesperson. So you can contact either one of us to sell your property for you or to handle a lease for you or even an auction if you want. Now, our motto of the week. You know, I love to give you these mottos so you can think about them. I love The Art of War. It's a book that I actually had to study. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. He says opportunities multiply as they are seized. Tell me if anybody believes that. Tell me in the chat. I'm
Opportunities
looking for you in the chat.
are multiplied.
Opportunities multiply as they are seized. What do they mean, Tony? I deliberately don't let Tony see my presentations, you know. So she's seen it for the first time, just as you.
I I
Are,
think
are, are
maybe it
we?
has something to do with the fact that if you're able to see an opportunity and immediately take action on it, it leaves room in your thinking, your mindset, and your ability to see other opportunities along the way and seize them just as quickly. If you stuck at the first opportunity you see or you don't recognize that it's there, you won't see the future opportunities and
Mhm.
you won't be able to mobilize yourself for anything else.
Right. So opportunities multiply as they're seized. Anybody else have any other um take on it? Don't know why I never the picture in picture so they could see us still.
I've been trying, it just hasn't been working because it's actually selected right now.
Oh. Any comments?
Not yet.
Opportunities multiply as they're seized. That definitely is true. So Sun Tzu, he was on the right path when he said that. Opportunities do multiply as they are seized. So when you say opportunity jump in front of you and you seize it,
Hmm.
and next one just jump in front of you right away. Sometimes you say, "Oh my gosh, I can't." Like I'm saying, "My gosh, I just look at that place. Oh my gosh, this one I can buy this one. Oh my gosh." That story. It's just crazy. Once you take the opportunity and another one just jumps in front of you, literally, or somebody calls you and says, Claudia, XYZ, this is happening. What are you doing? Da da da. I said, boy, I can't go to it now. I'm in too many things.
I know. I think that's what's happening to our family member now when they're trying to purchase their first property.
Hmm.
We showed them one, and then within a week later, we showed them two, and then we just got a phone call for three, and it's like, which one
Yeah,
do
opportunities multiply
you take at this
as they're
point?
seized, right? So, guys, you have to take the opportunity. Even if you fail at the opportunity, take it because the universe have a way of helping you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the university don't like people who lazy, who refuse to seize opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
who allow it to pass by all the time. It's like you're praying and you say, "Oh, send somebody to rescue me, please." And the creator send you a raft. And you look at it and you go, "You really expect me to go sit on that?" You make it pass. You say, "All right, we give her a second chance." I'm saying a canoe.
Mm-hmm.
And the canoe come and you say, hold on, I want some me can hold in the canoe and you make it pass. You really think he's gonna send a ship for you? I don't think so. Because universe is gonna say this lady not ready, this man
So,
not ready.
so you're saying that the universe will also stop sending
Yes, it
opportunities.
will. It will literally just dry up.
Those are people who say, "Not now, go
Go on.
on."
Yeah, not go on. And it's not that it has dried up. It's just that you have because you did not take the first, second, third, fourth,
Mhm,
you have not trained your mind to see opportunities.
mhm.
The person beside you who they have gone through the process, taken an opportunity, may have failed, may have done well. They have trained their minds to now see opportunity.
And adjust their whole thinking around the opportunity too.
Right. The other one. Good luck can be enticed by accepting opportunity. This is from my favorite book, Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clayton. Clayton. Caston. Sorry. Good luck can be enticed by accepting opportunity. Wait it now one minute. All that fledgel. Let me see if anybody jump in the chat here. Hi, Janet. Good evening.
I think maybe they're saying that once you start accepting opportunities that come to you, it almost feel like you're throwing a dice and you're just hitting sixes all the time because it's almost like you're having a string of good luck because
Mm,
good opportunities keep coming
mhm,
happening to you.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
But you know what I realized? And just not even talking about opportunities, but I realized that when I get up in my morning and even
mhm,
when I'm on my walk
mhm,
and I start saying good morning, hello to everyone that I'm passing by,
mhm,
and just generally smiling and greeting people, I
mhm,
realized that for the rest of the day,
mhm.
people are smiling and greeting me as well.
Yeah,
And the day just overall feels better
right.
as it continues.
And you feel like you can just you can accomplish everything that you actually set out to do because
Yeah,
the feel good mood just keeps going on
keeps
and on and
going.
on. Right. So good luck can be enticed by accepting opportunity. Now sometimes the opportunity is not dead in front of you. It may be sideways, which is why sometimes you need to change your position.
Mhm.
Right? So Tolian may walk from where she lives to halfway tree, walking along the same road every morning. But just by changing her route to get to halfway tree, she will see something, an opportunity, something that can help her.
True.
Yeah. It's like when I wanted to do the stone wall up in Red Hills. Kept saying I need to do this back stone wall and don't find. I call every minute my pass some man, my some talk to them about the stone wall. Just I wasn't getting the vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And one day when I was driving down from Red Hills, I said, no man, let me cut across the intersection because I usually turn right.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm gonna cut across the intersection. Cut across the intersection. And there it was, Natty and him crew broken stone right on the side. I put up one stone wall. So I pulled up, talked to them. I mean, I tell you right away, me and them flex. Right away, when we blend our merge, and Natty has done stone walls for me. I tell you, I would, if I'm doing a stone wall, I have to call Natty. I said, Natty, come in. Sometimes it just happens. You have to change your position, change your
Physically.
route physically. It's even if you're sitting in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to change, sit in the front, sit in the back, sit beside the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Sit beside another student. Deliberately change your position because the opportunity is right there in the room. But because you're sitting across the room, you're not here when she whispered to her friend. As I said that happened to me already.
Uh-huh. What?
Yes, when I was doing my course for real estate,
Mm-hmm.
I sat beside a gentleman called Lex,
Mm-hmm.
older gentleman in the class.
Mm-hmm.
I overheard him talking about he sold a property, and I overheard when somebody said they wanted a place to rent,
Mm-hmm.
and that's I realized that him have a property.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm into the real estate now, and somebody called me about a rental,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I said, no, do I? But then I remember that I heard him day before yesterday talking about his property. So I went to him, and I said, so and so she wanted to furnish. And I struck a deal. I furnished the property
Mm-hmm.
and charged the lady and paid him his portion, and I got my portion.
Right.
I tell you, we struck a deal just by me sitting right beside him.
Excited.
Yeah, man. So luck can be enticed by accepting opportunity. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Now, this is attributed to Seneca, a Roman philosopher. That's what all the Google says. But luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Now,
Oh, this was an Oprah?
I think Oprah has something like that. Look, Oprah says, luck is preparation meeting opportunity, something like that. But it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Now, when you look at this, it's two sides to this equation. One is preparation and one is opportunity.
Right.
You have control on one side, which is the preparation.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunities all around us. What is your take on it?
No, I agree because daily I feel phone calls about persons wanting to purchase property,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll tell me, "Oh, I want a house. I want a house. I want a house in St. Catherine." And my first question to them is, "Do you have your NHT eligibility letter or
Mm-hmm.
your mortgage approval letter?"
Mm-hmm.
And usually they don't have that letter,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm saying to them like, "That is the part you have control of.
Mm-hmm.
That is the initial stage of your preparation. Yes, you have the desire, you want to be a homeowner, but you need to get that letter. You need to know where your deposit is going.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can move towards figuring out what kind of property you want. And then we start seeing
Mm-hmm.
those opportunities come
Right.
in.
We need to figure out which road you need to be on and then line up for the opportunities.
Yeah.
Right? So luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. You have to be prepared for the opportunity. Even if you're not prepared right there and then, you have to be agile. So like me, I've trained myself to be agile. So even if I'm not dead ready when I see it in front of me, I can just make 2, 3, 4 steps and I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've trained myself to be agile, to be nimble, to be quick, jab be nimble, jab be quick, jab jump over the candlestick.
Yeah, but the average person is not very nimble.
No, they're not. And this is what I'm saying. They're like a sluggish, slow boat going to China. They stop to think.
They're on a raft going to China.
Yes, they stop to think. Oh my gosh, we can't do that. No, sir. No, sir, I don't like how it look. Room them too small. Them taught themselves outside long time.
Mm-hmm.
And them taught them friend outside too.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to increase your chances of being lucky by preparing yourself. Part of your preparation too can be the people you have around you. That's part of your preparation.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 persons who are close to you must be part of that preparation. So if the 5 persons close to you, one sitting on the corner not doing anything, one only come check you when them want some salt and flour and sugar. Hmm? The next one only call you when she wants something for borrow or she wants sus about something. When you get to work now, if you're a very co-worker, all them can talk about is what them do last night. Them never yet one day ask you what you do.
Mm-hmm.
No, the 5 persons closest to you must be of some part of your preparation.
Yeah.
They must can say to you, yeah man, you want an NHT? Sign up the paper, do that, do that, do that. Miss Davis I sell some place now in Spanish Town, They take a check her. They must can do something, tell you something.
Or even send you a YouTube link with a property that's for sale.
Right.
Since we're all sitting out on our phones anyway.
Right. The 5 persons close to you for everybody. Those are the key. Therefore, drop in the chat now and tell me if the 5 persons close to you, if you have those, think of the 5 persons who are close to you, can write them out and tell me if 5 of them make sense or if none of them make sense. All right. So Sophie says, if you're not prepared, it doesn't matter what opportunities come your way. Only the prepared will enjoy these opportunities.
So true.
That is so correct, Sophie. You have to be prepared. You have to be prepared, right? So opportunities multiply as they are seized. Good luck can be enticed by accepting opportunity, and luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And as I say, if you're not, if you don't think you're prepared, force yourself to be nimble, to be quick, to can analyze the opportunity. Give you an example. I looked at a system and I saw a property out in Old Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a 10 acre, 14 acre, something like that. Looked at it, do quick calculation, and I said, yeah man, this makes sense, this can make money. Then I jumped now and I went and I called the agent. I said, listen, I want to see the map. And them have a subdivision approval already.
Mm-hmm.
Went and looked at the subdivision approval, looked at it inside out. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Some of the things I'm looking for, I'll tell you. So I'm looking for the length of the road because I want to be able to calculate what's going to be this cost to do this road, right? So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the contour lines because I'm looking at how flat or how steep, I'm going to have to deal with, and that would be another cost. I'm also checking, can NWC give water? Is JPS in the area? So I'm checking those things even before I get up. Make a look back on the thing again. I see this house in the middle of the thing. I said, so this house going to have to be demolished. Talk back to the rep. She says, oh, that is somebody that them trying to get out of the land.
Mm-hmm.
So right away, a million ways came in my mind as to how I could
get them off the land.
Yes, how I could really do it, because I realized this property has been up for sale for quite some time.
Mm-hmm. But do they need to get them off though? Is the house in a road? Like
the house is in the middle of the road, yes. But then the spin on it is that this person said they bought this piece of land. So in the middle of the 10 acres, they said they bought this piece of land.
Okay.
So that's requires another type of brain power.
Mm-hmm. Because if you could just cut off the house. That
I would have to wrap my mind around. But no, so when you buck up on something like that, no, it requires a visit, right?
Right.
But you have to be nimble enough to know, does it worth me driving out there to investigate this?
Mm-hmm.
How, after having my mind, before I even move, how can I solve it?
Right.
That has to be part of the thinking. How can I solve it? I'm not going to drive out there and don't have it in my brain. How can I solve it? Because I can tell you, even though it's with a lawyer, not gonna be solved.
No, you'd have to be able to come to some agreement with the person that's on the property.
Yeah, but I have to have in my head, how am I going to solve it?
Mm-hmm.
I can't rely on the person sitting there to solve it.
No, it's not in their best interest not to solve it.
Right, So Antoinette says she agrees with Sophie. Catherine Estates is up for sale now by NHT. NHT or NHDC? Steve, preparation and plan and determination helps. Yes, Steve, thank you.
Determination.
Determination to get it done. So that's the other part of the equation that you have control over. All right, so let's leave this. Inflation. We did inflation last week. We touched on it. You know what inflation is, right? So I'm not going to get back into that. Somebody drop in the chat. What is inflation, please? What is inflation? Drop it in the chat. For quick reference, I would probably say it's just a movement of price over a period of time, right? So toilet paper was $10 last year this time, and now it is $50. So it's a movement of prices over a period of time. Somebody give me a Google or a encyclopedia definition. Drop it in the chat, right? Now, what causes inflation? Drop it in the chat and tell me some of the things you think that cause inflation.
Increase in money supply.
That's one.
As in, like, government putting more money on the ground?
Yeah. Okay, Sophie says an increase in the cost of goods and services. Antoinette says, so true, Miss Claudia. I agree. I'm very big on who I associate with. Okay, great, Antoinette. So nobody knows what inflation is? Or you understood from what I said? I want to make sure persons understand what is inflation. Drop it in the chat for me, somebody. So, causes of inflation, definitely an increase in money supply. That is when the government decides that they're going to put out some more money out there. During the pandemic, the governments around the world, I think Jamaica did it too, America, Britain, England, Canada, everybody did it.
So that's not a good thing?
They literally landed money in your account without you having to work for it. You didn't have to do anything.
I didn't get any of that free money.
You didn't need free money. um, yes, so Sophie says increase in production costs can push up prices. Yes.
Money printing.
Horace Gainer says money printing. That's what we're on. No. Increase in money supply. So yes, government decided to print some money and send it to our bank accounts, right?
But what I don't understand, Mom, inflation as it is it good or bad?
Well, as we go through, you'll realize. Depends on which side of the fence you're on.
Oh.
Because remember, debt can be good or bad, depending on which side of the fence you're on, right? Just to have a father or not to have a father in Jamaica can be good or bad, depending on which side of the fence you're on. So it may be good for the child to have a father, maybe bad for the mother to have this man as the father of the child. So everything is dependent on which side of the fence you're on. And of course, how you look at it. Maxine says cause of inflation, war. Yes, war can cause inflation too. Because now you have to actually pull some people to go and fight. So that's reduce your labor supply. The next thing,
as usually, the strong and healthy too. That's got the war,
right? All the men. And usually you have to now produce more goods for them at war because you have to be sending supplies.
Yeah, because they still have to be fed, clothed,
right. Housed. And then what happens in the local economy is that you suck away all of those goods and services away. So the local economy start to get starved out of these things and scarcity happens, right?
Right.
So what else? Money printing, yes, war. Inflation is bad for consumers, but good for producers. Yes, because them can raise the price. Causes of inflation, reduction in the purchasing power of money. Well, that's a cause. All right, so we did increase in money supply, where government print money. More jobs, so causes of inflation. So when people get more jobs, when more jobs become available, like in Jamaica, the call center jobs flood the place now. So anybody who wants a job now can get a call center job, right?
Isn't that a good thing?
But More jobs mean more people have money in them pockets. So them can spend more. So if it was 10 Nike shoes on the shelf for sale and 12 persons want it, because demand now.
Oh, okay.
Demand. So therefore, Mr. Nike can raise in price to the highest bidder.
Okay, so just also the 12, the 6 that gets in a really good job.
Yeah. So more jobs cause more inflation, right? More people have more money now to spend. Them not sitting at home and again. Them all want clothes and food and here, do and all these things, right? Higher wages cause inflation.
But we just got an increase in government wages.
So no inflation are gonna run everybody.
Oh.
You never see inflation yet, you're gonna see it now.
But I don't get it.
Our public sector got raise of pay, we call it. There, everybody knows that. There's a big thing about it now. So just imagine now. You are starved out for much years, Well, you lick money, a pinch and a pinch. Now all of a sudden, boom, you get a big increase, dropping in your pay every month now.
I cannot buy a house.
Well, let's hope they do. Because in come 6 months to 1 year from now, that house price is going to go up.
Oh,
because everybody chasing
demand now.
Yes,
and the supply on house already short.
Right. So even somebody said Catherine Estates is out. Some persons couldn't afford the Catherine Estates based on the pay, but now they can. So more demand on the Catherine Estates. So
they
higher
need to
wages.
build 3 times more of those Catherine Estates houses to build to meet the demand.
Yeah, higher, 10 times more. I mean. So higher wages, more inflation. Because you have higher wages, you have greater demand for goods and services. So the demand and sometimes the production cannot meet the demand fast enough, or them slow down the production. Like in COVID, the production was slowed down because of COVID. Persons weren't going to work, the companies couldn't do it. So I saw it coming. I said, yes, right after we come out of this, we have scarcity. And we did have that. Because there are some jobs, not every job that you can sit at home and do. Some jobs you still have to go, they go run the machine and the this and the that.
You can't bully beef from your house.
Right. So therefore, eventually we would have gone into a shortage. Right. Now, we went through this in Jamaica with election time when them started hoarding. So hoarding is another thing that causes inflation. So they hoard the flour, they marry the flour and the bully beef. You can't get meat without toilet paper. Who was alive them time then?
When was that, Moe?
That was in the 70s. Who was alive? Who was alive when them used to hoard? Marry the cornmeal and the flour. You couldn't buy one without the other. You had to buy. The merchants did that. What else, Steve? The value dollar, more demand and supply. Yes. Yes, Steve says this. So when you devalue the dollar, right? There was also a time when our government had to stop manufacturers from taking dollars. So the music said, you can't get 10,000 US today. You can only get that because the demand on the dollar, they first of all, they were hoarding the dollar, right? And it was scarce, so we couldn't get it. And they had to stop them, right? So yes, Steve, devalued dollar, more demand than supply. So cause of inflation, suppliers raised the prices, which happened right after the pandemic. Knew it was coming. You also have shortage, scarcity, and hoarding, which I touched on earlier. If the goods are scarce, like housing, good housing in good neighborhoods are scarce, right? In Jamaica. So which is part of the reason why our house prices keep going up. And there's a demand on the house prices. No, there's higher wages, so more persons can afford the house. I tell you, people were in for the double whammy.
But I don't like the government couldn't avoid it.
Avoid what?
Because they really needed to give those pay increases.
They needed to, yes. And they also moved the NHT benefit. That is going to be an inflationary as well.
But they had to, because if you increase the person's pay and you don't increase the NHT benefit, what would be the point?
If you didn't increase the benefit, then the house price would remain the same.
Really? But you have more power at the bank. So wouldn't the house price gone up anyway?
Not everybody have power at the bank.
Oh, I see what you mean.
The persons who have power at the bank wouldn't buy some houses. So like a Catherine Estates, they wouldn't buy it. 6.5 million is only for the persons who really can only afford a 6.5 million from NHT. But then now you give them more wage. They no longer want Catherine Estates. They want Edgewater. You understand?
Yes.
But then they still maybe can't go up to 20, 25 million in Edgewater. But it doesn't stop them from wanting a Edgewater. So shortage, scarcity, yes. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of inflation? Somebody tell me one. Well, I think Ella, C, a disadvantage is a reduction in the purchasing power of money. Yes, I agree, for sure. Because of this inflation, prices moving. I remember I used to go into, when Rachel was just born, this is 25 years ago, I used to go into Empire Supermarket in Crossroads. I used to spend $500 in Empire. My pay was something like $2,000 a month. And I could spend $500 in Empire and get a whole heap of things in my cart. Now, $500, if you get a bottle of ketchup for that, you're lucky.
I know, I have to give up luxuries.
No, it's crazy. I went to the supermarket today. I was like, come on, get that great. No, I'm saying.
The only way I eat ketchup now is if it come in the mackerel tin.
Yeah, or if you buy a KFC and then put a little tube in it. I was like, what? No. You think of it and you say to yourself, wow, when did we get to this? But the truth is, I learned a long time ago, you cannot follow the prices. You have to follow your pocket, right? So if your pay before this inflation, you were spending $10,000 at the supermarket, you have to find a way to still only spend $10,000 at the supermarket because you cannot follow the prices. You must follow your pocket, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Or you're going to lose your shirt. You will forever be chasing these prices and going around in a circle and them run leave you again and run leave you and never catch it.
I know, which is why I stopped buying food in bulk,
Yeah. you really have to just stop doing certain things, right? So do not follow the prices. Follow your pocket. All right? Remember that. Put that up in front of you. Type it up and tape it on the dresser. So morning time as you see it, you say, Steve, do not follow the prices. Follow your pocket.
I must set a limit on the pocket still.
Yeah. So a reduction in purchasing power, sure. But let's do the advantages. So one, inflation helps kickstart the economy.
As in people buying and selling?
People buying. Okay. People buying. So if we were stagnant in persons not buying, manufacturing, making shoes and this and that and nobody's buying it, a good way to do it is to kickstart it with inflation, right? Increases production. So inflation increases production because the more persons have money, the more them demand goods, is the more we have to produce. So we have to produce more paint to paint houses, more mats, more bathroom supplies, more pots and pans because you're just gonna buy and buy. You know, there's this saying when dog have money and buy cheese. So that's what's gonna happen in the next couple of weeks, months, with the new public sector pay increases that they've gotten in their paychecks.
There's a lot of nice cars.
Yeah, man. Benz, all these ranges pull up beside me. I love that though. I love that. Yeah, I love that one. All right. More money is more spending. So more money, more spending, guys. Advantages, more demand, more workers to meet the demand. So that's one of the advantages. Because we're buying more, we have to employ more people so more people get jobs because we want to meet the demand. But some disadvantages are reduces your buying power. Was it Steve who said that?
No, maybe it was Ella.
It was Ella who said that. Reduces your buying power for sure. Also, persons on fixed 95 income and investment interest income and fixed rates will suffer less purchasing power.
Right. Herman Darkett said, good day to you ladies. Always enjoy your challenging discussion. It's hard to bear when one gets older. Yes, because they're on pension.
Yes, when you're on pension. So if you're on a fixed income, a 9 to 5 income, and investment, and also, so that's one thing. So if you're on a 9 to 5 income, you're not getting any more pay. Bread move from $200 to $400. I tell you, follow your follow the pocket, don't follow the prices. So the bread bag have 13 slices. When the bread move from $200 to $400, you must follow your pocket. So if your pocket is only $200,
Crackers.
you have to find a bread for $200. So if you used to buy the bread for you see your favorite bread run gone to $400 with 13 slices, you better find a bread for $200 with the same 13 slices.
Alternative.
Or you buy the $400 bread, but know that you cannot eat 2 slices. You have to eat one.
Eat one slice.
Because it have to last the same length of time that you had before. Right? If you're on 9 to 5 income, and I'm preaching it today, do not follow the price. Follow your pocket, or dog are gonna yam your supper. Because what's gonna happen? You're gonna run to the short-term money lenders, and you're gonna start borrow for pay a light bill, borrow for pay a water bill, you're paying a school fee, this, that. Before you know it, you know so much that you can't function.
I cause stress.
Yeah, because them people are not playing on them interest rate up there. They're not playing, Tony.
But it's a sad case if you have to borrow money to pay utility bills.
You don't need to. You can't let it cut off. I went through that period.
Yeah?
You have to make the light cut off. You know, I remember, because you lick a bit. When we burn candles, light you don't have.
Oh.
When I said to you, when the light go to your bed when night come, because there is no light. You have to just go to your bed. Right? So, I was lucky though. I was rescued by Rachel's father. But, so we never went through a long period of it. But because the inflation, so I bought my house in 1989, moved in 1990. And by 1992, 93, inflation was running through the roof, just like what I run right now. So I had to pay my mortgage. There was no pay increase. So before you know it, you're backing up with bills. You can't pay a mortgage. My mortgage suffered. Victoria Mutual people used to come to me every day, every week about the money. But
it's harder with kids too.
It is harder with kids, but kids are so resilient. And the good thing is, like, oh, Tony, I don't remember nothing. Them don't remember a thing. So you could have no light on Sunday and Zavo. No, nothing. And they will not remember anything. It is the adults who make it a problem. All right? So if you're on fixed income 9 to 5, also, if you are on interest income at fixed rates, so those of you with money on fixed deposit and these things, treasury bills and bonds, and they're at fixed rates, you're going to have less purchasing power. Every time you get the interest in your bank account, you will have less purchasing power. So those are the disadvantages of inflation. So, what is the top investment vehicle that you can use? Oh, Tony, you get to already, man. You say real estate.
Oh.
How can I'm going to say real estate. Hands down, real estate is the only vehicle that you can jump on it and it will ride you with the inflation.
Okay. And that's because there's really no more of it, right?
Partly.
It's always scarce.
Yeah. And what else? Just Maxine says inflation is good in the UK for people who supply gas and electricity, definitely. Sophie, you saying not me. Not me to what?
That was up to a question back that you asked earlier. You reach where Staffy.
Alright, Jamie, I soon get to you. Jamie, this sound like you're telling me about Catherine Estate. One bedroom reach 8 million.
To 8.2.
And studios reach 7 million. This is what I'm talking about. And those were what? At 6 million? Them gone up by what? Somebody do the maths. They gone up by a third? 246, yeah. 33%. More than inflation.
More than inflation.
More than inflation. So they moved from 6 million or 5.5, my memory serves me right. And you're saying, Jamie, that them gone to
What was 5.5 million? The
the
studio?
studios.
Oh.
And them gone to 7 million and put on 2 million on the 5.5. Almost a 50%.
They only have 4 1 bedrooms.
And the interest and the inflation. What is inflation rate now, guys? So you see, we have a perfect example, Jamie. That is only the real estate. I gotta roll up. I gotta roll up with the inflation. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good day. All right, so real estate will is the only thing that will help you ride out inflation. As inflation rises, prices of homes rise. I see Herman telling me here, right here. I never even need to. I never, you see, I have it in a real life. I never even had to make it up. All right. Mortgage payments remain the same though. That's a good thing about inflation. When I bought my first house, my mortgage was something like 1,500 a month in 1980. 1990 was when I started paying the mortgage.
How much did you pay?
The pay was like $2,000 a month. So I was always behind. I'm about to get I had to get a co-signer to get the mortgage. I would not have qualified for the mortgage otherwise.
So when
But
you did it though, how were you planning to pay it when you know you were already going to be in a deficit?
just faith.
Just faith.
And
You saw the opportunity and you just said, "Now left me."
Now leave me. May I run feet. I walk on my boot heel feet. Besides, remember that the man raised the rent, but couldn't pay the rent anyway. So
you had to go.
yeah. So it's either go rent or go. So I decided to jump with it. But the mortgage payments remain the same. So the mortgage was 1.5. At the time I pay was 2,000. But when you get a little pay increase, it moved to 2.5, then 3,000, then 4,000, then 10,000. So after a while, the 1,500 mortgage don't mean nothing.
Plus you had a little side work.
Right. Then I started doing my side hustles. So your mortgage remained the same. But if you live in other people and rent house for 30 years, you're going to get some rent increase. For sure. Or them going to throw you out if you can't pay.
Or them just sell the house.
Them sell the house, right. So definitely, your loan to value goes down. So when I bought that property, it was, I think it was 200,000 with inflation. That's 200,000 Jamaican dollars in 1990. You see how far the inflation come? That same property now is valued about 13 million at the base without any addition to the property. It would be about 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fairview Park, Spanish Town. So it moved from 200,000 to 13 million in 2023. That's about, somebody do the maths. 1990 to 2023. How many years is that? That's what inflation does. It moves prices, right? And the only thing that will move with it and move ahead of it too is real estate. Mm-hmm. Real estate will move ahead of the price for you, therefore preserving your capital. So your loan to value goes down. So when I bought the place, 200,000 was my loan. 175,000 was my loan. The place was 200,000. And then the place started value. First of all, across the street was sold for 2.5. Was sold for 250,000. So right away, if across the street for 250, I'm on the other side. It now value 250. Mm-hmm. Then the price moved to 1,2,345. So the loan to value goes down. So the value is now 5 million, but my loan is only 200,000.
Right.
That's what inflation does for you. Your property value also rises. So in real estate, your property value will rise with the inflation. It will just automatically rise. You don't even need to go to the valuer. It's just go up.
So if you live in an inflationary country like Jamaica, it's good to own your assets in real estate.
Yes, it's good to hold them in real estate. Other inflation, what was the word you used? Inflationary countries are like Canada. Mm-hmm. Same thing. When I was in Canada in 2010, went with my daughter, Rachel, houses in Brampton were like 295,000 Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody tell me how much for a Brampton house. Now, I'm sure there's a Canadian here.
Like $1 million,
So
right?
it's not just Jamaica that inflation is running, right? Same thing in UK,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I know about UK, I know about Canada, I know about Jamaica. I don't know about the US. Property values rise.
But their dollar seems pretty steady.
Landlords charge more for rent. Yes. Because the landlord have to eat food in the same economy. So of course you have to raise your rent, people. Yeah, your rent go. And you as a landlord, you can charge more rent. So if you are the landlord, you charge more rent. That is why real estate is a top investment for inflation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Salary increases, so monthly mortgage to income goes down. I touched on it earlier. As your salary increases, your monthly mortgage to the income goes down.
But mom, my salary increases, right?
Mhm.
It went from 200,000 to 300,000. My mortgage looks smaller
Mhm.
compared to my salary, but bread and rice gone up.
Yeah,
So am
but
I not still in that catch-21?
no, because you have somewhere to live now at $2,000.
Oh,
So you're not worried. Because at the very least, you can pay a $2,000 mortgage.
or plant some food in the backyard.
You're not worried. You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
chances are to like you can do like what I did. Because your pay has now moved so way ahead of what this mortgage is or was. You can now just cancel the mortgage.
Cancel the mortgage.
Yeah, you can take a 3 months pay slip and cancel the mortgage.
I get back the 200.
And get back the $2,000 if you don't want to pay the bank.
Okay.
To the logical conclusion. Right? Um and the thing with real estate, demand is constant.
So you're saying, mom, now is a good time if you have your first property and you got a significant pay increase to try and reduce the mortgage.
Not necessarily. You can try and get into another mortgage. Worse if your mortgage cheap.
Oh, so like if you're in for like 15 years
Yeah,
already.
yeah. Get into another property because the property prices are going to move with inflation. Now is not the time to, if you get a big whack of money, to go put it on a fixed deposit and sit down. Because the person who bought the real estate,
Mm-hmm.
5 years from now will be better off than you.
Okay.
Will be richer than you. Whether they sell it or don't sell it, they will be richer than you. Right? Demand is constant. So in real estate, demand is constant. People always want somewhere to live. It's not a commodity that go out of style. You people will just always need somewhere to live, so they have to buy or they have to rent. So if you own real estate, you can either sell it or you rent it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you sit on it if you want. If you like it so much, you sit on it. And personally, I've seen it outpaces inflation, meaning it leave it so fast, it just make it look like dust. You know what I mean? No. And besides, remember, if you have a piece of property, inflation start to reach you. So let us say they buy a 3 bedroom house. You can't even know the mortgage low, but you can rent out one of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same. You understand? To help you with the not even help you with the mortgage, you pay the mortgage, but it's the food and so that is running. But you can collect a little rent and help out with that. Right? So everybody, real estate is the way to go. Somebody tell me another thing that them think. I don't think anything else will outrun inflation. You tell me something else that will outrun inflation. Put it in the chat while I read Safi's Safi's will the worsening US economy mean a reduction of costs in Jamaica for things imported, such as appliances, furniture, etc. A few stores have been having unseasoned sales. So curious. The worsening US economy mean a reduction of costs in Jamaica. None of those things you're talking about, they're actually built here. We import them, but remember, our dollar keeps weakening. So it takes more Jamaican dollars to buy more US dollars. Besides, our our business people, can I tell you, our business people are spoiled. Once I bring out the price, they're not bringing it down.
I think they're having the sales now just to get rid of old stock to
Yeah,
bring in new stuff.
That's what they're
at
doing.
Higher prices.
At higher prices. Or to give you the illusion that the price is higher.
Mm-hmm.
Our business people are spoiled.
I know, like I saw a sale the other day that says no GCT.
That was, I think that was courts.
No GCT.
That was courts. But right now you're going to court to have all new stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't wait on that, Safi. If you can afford it, you buy it. Inflation is a rate of increased prices over a period of time, right, Anthony? Inflation is typically a broad measure such as the overall increase in price in a country, right? So you agree with me, Anthony? Inflation is the rate of increase of prices over a period of time. Food for thought. Don't follow the prices, follow your pockets. Guys, tape that up in front of your dress up and your mirror everywhere in your kitchen everywhere. Tape it for your pin in them forehead. We're not following the price, we're following our pocket. Right?
I know, like you were complaining. What happened? I used to buy Ensure, but Ensure is now $500 for it. It went up. It used to be for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I switched to the cheaper alternative, which is a Jamaican made one.
What's it called?
True Shake.
True Shake.
Right?
Yeah.
And True Shake is only $200.
Right.
But it does the same thing
Yes.
as Ensure.
So you follow your pocket.
I follow my pocket.
Not the price. You have to remember that. If you're a 9 to 5 income earner, not like me who in sales. I'm in sales. So the more I work is the more money I'll make, right? Plus inflation help me. When house prices go up, automatically my pay gone up.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you're 9 to 5 and you're on fixed income, you have to follow your pocket, not the price. When I was on 9 to 5, I made sure of that. That's the only way you're going to ride this out. And what the richest man in Babylon says it another way. So he says, what him say? Somebody remind me, who in richest man in Babylon? It's the second, it's not the one that says 10% of all I make is mine to keep. Control thy expenditure.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he says. That's the second one. Control thy expenditure. It's the same thing. Watch your pocket, not the price. All right? I wasn't born in the 70s also. Sophie. Winston. Because real estate appreciates over time and it has the added bonus of possible income producing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Maxine, some people here in the UK mortgage went up because it was a fix. Oh dear, them depend variable. Are we not so sure? Dan, not sure.
Did ours go up to, Mom?
Over which one?
Or mortgage?
No, which mortgage went up?
So what did you ask them for leniency on? To bring it down?
To bring down the interest rate.
Oh.
Mortgage never go up. Interest rate was already at 12. So back in the day, I took this mortgage. But I'm just looking at it now and realizing that the interest rate was 12. And all along, JN took the mortgages down to 6.5. And I missed the opportunity to ask for a reduction.
Oh.
I could have beat myself.
But I don't know, like, it hasn't really affected us, like, the bottom line, having it been 12. Because I guess we just always pay the 12.
Yeah, it doesn't affect you if you're earning more.
Right.
It don't really affect you if you're earning more. But if you're earning steady, constant, and the rest of things around you are moving as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, if you pay 2,000, your mortgage are 1,000. You need the other 1,000 pay light, water, that. But when light, water, food, and all of that now come to 1,002, you'll have 800 leave to pay the mortgage. And when that gone to 1,005, you'll have 500 to pay the mortgage. You understand? So you have to get wise and know that at least you have to pay the mortgage first. Then you follow your pocket on the rest.
I screw out a few bulbs.
Right. That's what we used to do, is to screw out the bulbs. Over 1 million in Brampton. What did I tell you? So in 2010, there were 95,000. Never forget it, because I used to go around with my girlfriend, who's also into real estate, and look at these properties, townhouses, and look at it. Over 1 million Canadian dollars in Brampton. It's not Jamaica alone have inflationary tactics. That's what it is. It's crazy here. Huge prices for chicken coops. Doreen says, I follow pocket, Miss Claudia. Yes, follow your pocket. All right. Is there a formal process to ask for a reduction in the mortgage rate from the bank? Yes. Send them an email and ask them. But you only can get away with that when the rates go down. So like the rates were down the other day. The rates are at 8.5 now. So I'm desperately trying
To
to
get
get
your
mine at 8.5 from the 12%. I'm like, and the thing is, I only have 2 years left on this mortgage. So I've literally paid them the entire interest already. I don't even know what I'm bothering them for now.
I know you really just gonna clear the mortgage and
Yeah, I
get rid
really
of
need to
them.
just go pay them the rest of the principal and get rid of it, quite frankly. So it's not easy to liquidate, so price falls slower. Um, that's with inflation, eh? It's
Mm-hmm.
not so easy to get rid of the house that easily. Well, not in the Jamaican economy. Probably take us about 3 months to sell a house. If we do sell the property within a week, it's still going to take us 3 months to 1 year. I have a property I sold last year. The Waterford, it is just closing 1 year later. Can you believe it? Now, the person who bought that, they benefited
Mm-hmm.
from putting down their money 1 year ago.
Yeah, they did.
They did it because I can now turn around sell that house for 10 million. You saw price move?
Yeah.
So real estate. Real estate benefits from scarcity because no more land not being made, right? No more land. Some people in the Middle East figure out how to make land, but on this side of the world, we don't figure that one out yet. It preserves your capital, which is key. So if you have 200,000 sitting in the bank, you might want to consider buying a little piece of land from Miss Davis instead of having it sitting in the bank, because not only are you not sure if this bank is going to be around 20 years from now, you actually need the capital.
Right.
The land will always be here
Mm-hmm.
and it is insurable. Never forget that. It's insurable. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me a better investment for inflation. That makes sense. I don't want you to tell me what the Google people them saying. I want it in a real life, real talk, right? If if it makes sense. We're now down to Palmetto Pines. Somebody asked me about that earlier. Palmetto Pines, for those of you just jumping on, is a development that's in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. It's on the St. John's Road to be exact.
They're not gonna see
You're
it
not
right
gonna
now.
see that. All right, sorry, I just clicked off. It's on the St. John's Road to be exact. My phone freeze. It is. Now we're selling phase one, and we're selling 200 plus lots. This is just a raw land you're looking at. Show them picture. Source of land. So look, I saw me like buying now when it's nothing. You're moving too fast. When it is nothing, show them the land. That is a raw land. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we'll be out there. The tractors, the excavators are rolling up, the surveyors, engineers. We're the only small fries going to be there tomorrow. But we'll be there just looking at what they're doing, and we'll be doing some videos. Um, Palmetto Pines, St. John's Road. Where we bought first was in Fairview Park. So you pass that intersection with Fairfield Road, Job Lane, Featherbed Lane, and go up St. John's Road like you're going to Dovecot. That's where you go. Told them, see our WhatsApp thing. It working?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh, trying a thing so you can WhatsApp us from the site. That's what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like. It's raw land, not there yet. As them would have said, not upon the land, source of land. But guys, when we roll up with our tractors and our excavators, we start to clear the roads and all of that. Some of you are very familiar with that. You saw me do this at Hills of Draxall. You saw us at
Fairway.
Fairway. You saw us at why? I saw much of them. You saw us at what the one there at St. Elizabeth name?
Palmbrook.
Palmbrook Estates. You saw us at Bellevue, Belacre Estates. So you know we mean
And
business.
it's also Polar Villas.
You saw us at Polar Villas. When we I don't remember Polo. Which one's Polo? Oh yes, you saw us at Polo Villas. Oh yes, forget about it. When you see us roll up those tractors, excavators, and the workmen and the crew and everybody, you know what I mean, business. And by the time you blink, we sell off. So 200 lots will be yours. The lots are 3,000 square feet, all the way up to 10,000 square feet. However, I should let you know the developers are designing house designs for you to build on the 3,000 square feet lots. So you will get those house designs, you go to the parish council, get them approved, and you start building your house. It's an easy way for those of you who don't own a property to can just buy the land, and when you're ready, you just build your house. So the designs I think are 2, 3, and 4 beds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those houses will benefit from central sewage, so you don't need to dig no pit. The 6,000 and up square foot lots, you can do your own design, own construction. So the 3,000, you will still do your own construction. However, we will sell you the land, the lot, give you some designs. You can choose one, and then you will go and build your own house, right?
But at least it takes the design process out of
Right.
work.
All that long thinking and not be nimble. I think that's what happened with a lot of you. You're not nimble enough. So we just decide to make we just do it for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the house design now, right? And you know it's Claudia upon the case. Some want it look good, people. It have to look good. It have to look sexy, nice. Something me want to build.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No one build no full house. So 6,000 square feet lots, you will do your own design. And I understand you will have on-site sewage, meaning you will build your own sewage. Price. Up to yesterday, I was asking about the price. The valuer still has not completed his assessment or his valuation for us to be able to release the prices. But we're working on it. All right. So, talking to those of you who are new, we will be having, so it's 200 residential lots, also have a commercial in the front. The amenities, you're gonna have a jogging trail, access to a children's playground, basketball court, netball court, tennis court, football field 6 aside. I know the men looking forward to all of that. Especially the men looking forward to the football field, right?
Right.
Ladies, I know you want the walking trail or you want the netball court for sure.
And the children's playground.
And the children's playground. I find having 2 grandsons, the children's playground is a game changer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we just get them, put them. We don't even need to put all on them up there now. I'm just walk up and come down, slide all about the place, and them good, right? So I know you're looking forward to that. We're going to have a commercial complex in the front. That complex will have a gym, the doctor's office, pharmacy, fast food outlet, supermarket, and retail shops. So you don't have to go into Spanish Town to do your shopping. You're right there. Convenient at your fingertip. And of course, we'll have the features of the road entrance. So it's going to be gated. We'll have full perimeter fencing right around. And we're definitely giving you good roads and curbs and wall. And some lots will be elevated. But we're giving you everything look nice. All of that. Those of you interested, you want to give me a call, you can call me 292-6776. Tony and is 370-8138. No, don't come off it. We're going to have a sales office out there. So we're setting that up. So we will be there, especially on a Saturday and a Sunday morning, because you don't have to get back to live. So we're going to be there Sunday mornings at 9 to 12. Roundabout.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Thereabouts. And Saturdays we should be there. During the week we should be there during the early stages, but you know when the place sell off. So please, I ask you to come out early, right? When you come here, we don't punch in the price list yet, but this is what the map looks like, and we will putting up the interactive map soon. We'll be punching in the interactive map, so you can hover over that map. This map is static; you can't hover over this one. But you can hover over that map on the various lots, and you'll be able to see the details. So they'll be able to see the size of the lot,
mm-hmm.
and if it's available on the offer or whatever it is.
Yes.
All right. So everybody, That's what it is. Palmetto Pines. Um, the development, we're in phase one, and it is on St. John's Road. I know St. John's Road have flooding issues, but all of that is going to be fixed. We're correcting the drains. So it's a good thing Palmetto Pines coming, because the residents there will really benefit from having proper infrastructure, proper drains, so that there will be no flooding. All right, so I think we're now moving into. Do you have a guest today?
Mm,
Where's the? No, no, no. Move to the back to the PowerPoint. I think I need to. There's
come
something else.
one moment.
We have a guest today coming on at 4:30. Are you gonna check on that? We should have a guest coming on today. All right, so let me see the questions.
Mhm.
Alyssa says she bought her house in 2013 for 265,000. Now value 580,000 in the USA. There you go. I have over a million in a fixed account just to gain on it. But I have been thinking about removing it. You just talk about fixed. And it's like a sign that I need to move it and get a land. Get land, not 2 million, divinity. So divinity, if you have 1 million and you can't find a land, what you do is you use it as a deposit and you buy a piece of land. And then you take a loan and you pay the money monthly. So that is like saving the money in the land. That's what I do. So you have 1 million, deposit on a property, piece of land, get the mortgage from the bank and pay the 30 or 40,000 per month.
Is the screen showing?
And that is like your saving. I'm trying to read the comments. I agree. I agree with divinity. This is Antoinette. Thinking to do the same because it's there and about making money off my money. It's not even about making money off your money. It's the fact that your purchasing power is eroded. What you could have bought for $1 million last year or the year before. You can't use 1 million buy that now.
Mm-mm.
No, you can't. If you wanted to buy a bag of a whole truckload of bread, a half a truckload of bread you get now. Um, how much a piece of that land? That's what I'm trying to get at. Those of you interested in that land, just send me a WhatsApp. Let me know you're interested. Tony have a link that they can fill out.
I do.
Send me a WhatsApp or fill in this link from Tony Ann, so that as soon as we get it, we can shoot it out. The website for Palmetto is saying 6.5 per lot. Did we put that up somewhere?
Maybe initially.
Maybe initially. We're still waiting for them to confirm the price though.
Um,
Um, I have a diagram, so pay less tax. Not sure about that. I'm not sure what you're asking me, Doreen. Antoinette, the cost, still waiting on the cost.
you want to share a link with them, he said, right?
You have a link for those who want to engage with the Palmetto Pines?
I do.
See, Palmetto, is it here?
No, that's not the one I want. Continue talking. I'll find it.
I need my screen. So the next thing we're going to is the National Housing Trust, based on what I think I see in front of me here. National Housing Trust have a new way for you to engage to get your eligibility letters. You are to now go on their link, go on the portal, and your eligibility letter will be right there and you can print it out. You no longer need to visit the National Housing Trust, all right?
Or email them.
Or email them. If you're having difficulties, you can email them and they'll sort it out. But they have your pay, they know how much pay you're getting based on the tax returns. They know all of that. So therefore, you really don't need to go into their offices. You can really just go on the portal. Everything is there. You can look for your contributions refund. You can see how much you must get next year, how much you get already. You see how much you contribute. You see all of that. I think it's a good thing. How long you gonna be?
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what's causing the delay. It really moves so much faster.
Let's see. Any more questions? Or which question I didn't answer?
Right, here we go.
I need somebody to tell me which other vehicle.
Maybe there isn't any, Mom.
Maybe there isn't any else. Everybody agrees with it. No, I'm like when people disagree with me. Who disagree with? Somebody asked a question earlier and I said I would get back to it.
What was it about?
Oh, Steve. Hello, ladies. Question. When you receive the occupancy letter and the title from the lawyer, why is the previous owner's name on it and not mine, being that I'm the new owner? All right, Steve. So what happens is the title is one title that is issued forever and ever, amen, until it mash up and them have to do it over. So the one title will show all the owners coming down the stage. The title that you have in your hand is called a duplicate original. So it's not the original. The original sits in the vaults of the titles office on Hanover Street. They're the ones with the original. But your lawyer would have sent in the title, the duplicate title, for them to put your name on that and put it on the original inside of the titles office as well. Right? So it is the title, they do it that way so that the title can show the history of the property. When I did a course at that titles office, they were able to show me the very first title that was issued. And that title actually has on the, I don't know if it's the first title, but one of the earlier titles. It has on the shackles. Shackles at the time were human beings, right? So you would say, was it, did they name the person? Trying to remember if it was by number. So you would have said Claudia. And then my background master did name Davis. That's how I end up named Claudia Davis. So you would be, it was listed on the title, the shackles and what he owned, because at the time people were property, slaves were property, right? Do you have it now? What we're looking for? You put it in the chat.
Yes, I do.
All right, so you need to go back to the PowerPoint. Let me see if I miss any more question. All right, Tashika. Is it better to buy an investment property in Jamaica through a limited company or as an individual? In the UK, buying through a limited company is better for investment, especially for taxes. Well, yes. If you're buying for investment, you can buy the property's name because you get to deduct this, that, and the other for your taxes. So yes, in any country is the same. Remember that our accounting system is coming from the British. So yes, same accounting system. Is it costly to change a title into your name after buying a property? Well, the transfer tax is 2% of the value of the property. So if you buy the property for 10 million today and then you decide to do the change 2 years from now and it is now 15 million, you're going to pay 2% of 15 million if you're transferring. So let's just say two of you own it and both of you transferring to one person, which is one of you. You'd only pay 50% because one person, you'd only pay half of 2% because one person is already on title.
So if both of us own a property and you're transferring your portion to me, we only pay half.
Yeah, because you already on title. It's only my part going to you. No,
Okay.
you own the full thing. So that's it. You'll pay 2%. Plus, if you use a lawyer, you pay the lawyer's fee.
So in her case, is what her name is not on the title at all, and she wants to just.
I'm not so sure. She does the same. Antoinette says, I want to apply for one of the new housing developments in St. Catherine, but need help with filing my taxes and make payments. Antoinette, what kind of help? What kind of taxes we're talking about? You have to tell us. Not sure. the Portland development that is coming up, would that be near where they have water problems now?
I think you're too
Oh,
far up.
I was waiting for somebody to tell me about that water problem. Alcasta is really slow. Can sell a house in 1 month overseas. I agree with you.
Mhm.
I have been asking these people why it ever takes so long. Nobody can answer me yet. All right, so the NHT have now have an online portal. It is online.nht.gov.jm.
You want to log in?
Go ahead and log in,
Let me share the screen first.
but it's not give me my eligibility.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. So it doesn't make sense log in because I think those of you who are new, I did this last week, but I'll just do it again for you. Log in. So go up and sign up on the NHT website under their portal because that's the only way now you will be communicating with them or not having to save them. So it tells me right away that I'm approved for, it doesn't say approved, it's an improve 15 plus, but I can get 2.5 million and the offer expires the 3rd of November 2023. That's because I already took a loan.
I like that it gives you your monthly payment
Monthly payment is
and your
what?
years.
6,000. 16,000 and I have 13 years. It's because of my age. But I need the Prime Minister to raise this. I can't give you back my title for 2.5 million. No way.
I know it seems wasteful.
Wasteful. So that's another thing. Once you have got your title in your hand, keep it. Do not go back and take all this now. 2.5 million. What am I going to do with 2.5 million? I'm going to pay them 16,000 a month. Next time I lose my little work. And then them take my house. All right. So you can do that. You can review your profile. See, you can make payments. You can apply for refund. All of these.
What's that? Eligibility pre-approved checker.
Yeah. So find out the benefits and loan amounts for which you are qualified for. Your eligibility is generated using the information we know about you. So remember, them know much tax return you make and all of that already. So you don't even carry a pay slip, nothing. Please take a few minutes to overview and confirm your profile. Is your name on a title?
Yes.
Yes, them know already. Now you see them put it in.
Mhm.
All right, everybody. Somebody who green, go on to the NHT portal and do this. All right, Tony, get me back to the screen. So I'm just telling you, you no longer go into the National Housing Trust to talk to nobody. Everything online. Remember the Prime Minister said we have to go digital. Yes, we have to go digital. Or I'll get left behind. So don't quarrel about it. Just work with it. Right? We have to go digital. We can't hang out with paper, phone call and one bag of back and forth a visit office and go for this a paper, go for that the paper, Thank God somebody finally wake up at NHT. Thank you. I must commend the National Housing Trust for waking up to this reality that we must go digital. Because again, Tony, this will make us sell more house fast.
Yeah, because sometimes it usually takes people a week or two to get that letter.
Just to get the letter. All right. So you don't need to do that anymore.
And the back and forth and trying to get their job letter from their companies first.
Yeah, and all of that. That's
trying
crazy.
to find all their pay slips. But if NHT is doing this, the bank really needs to get to it.
The bank.
Because mortgage officers are still asking you for your job letter and pay slips.
No, because NHT is in a unique position though. Remember, you file a tax return to the National Housing Trust.
Mm-hmm.
They already know your income based on what you file, but the bank don't know your income.
I know, but isn't the bank partnering with NHT now to process the loans?
Them not gonna share the information. Trust me.
What's the point of the partnership?
All right, let's look at the Urban Development Corporation. So this feature is Jamaica government and real estate. How does the Jamaica government participate in real estate? So UDC, one of the flagship companies in Jamaica that handles real estate for the Jamaican government, is a good company to know and to know what they do. So this is a new Harmony Park on their website right now. I have to go in on that beach park. Yeah. Nice.
You've been there?
No, just pass it on the bus from I was in the tour guide course.
Right.
So the tour guide or tour guide took us past this. This is one of the features in Montego Bay.
Okay.
So them just do it. The place nice, man. Me are telling the people. When none of my bay, just go to the park. You know, but I go nowhere else, please. But I go catch up on the corner and da 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 da. No need to, and the place is free. All right. So the UDC, what it is that they do?
Urban Development Corporation.
Urban Development Corporation was established by an act of parliament on March 21st, 1968. See how long? Just after me born. A self-financing entity mandated to be a catalyst for growth of the newly independent nation through major infrastructure development projects associated with the St. Anne Development Company, established in 1967 to manage local assets. So St. Anne Development Company falls under the UDC as well, right? So you can go and read this, what they did in the first decades and so on. See there? Right through. What they did. But what I want to point out to you now, you can also do business with the UDC, which is where I want to get to. All right, now. So look at the projects that they have done. So you can go on this and look at them. Harmony, Port Royal, House of Parliament. Some of them completed, some of them not. I know Harmony Beach Park is completed.
Port Royal 2020.
Yes, so Harmony Beach Park is a UDC project, flagship project in Montego Bay. Park is located along Howard Cook and Jimmy Cliff Boulevard and approximately 7 minutes from the Sanchez International Airport, and is a free public access facility which spans 16 acres. It is undoubtedly the recreational focal point for the city of Montego Bay. I tell you, it really is, guys.
So it's a free beach.
Free. Don't make nobody telling us say you have to pay. Beach free. All right. So you can do business with the UDC as well. So you can go and look at their tenders. You can rent them car park, attractions. So some of the attractions that they have, they control.
Dunn's River, right?
Yeah, Dunn's River is one of them. They control quite a number of attractions. Come on, load. The world famous Dunn's River Falls and Parks. They control this. There's a small entry fee for residents. So non-residents pay 25, non-resident child 17, and Jamaicans live here. Valid Jamaican ID, you only pay 1,000 Jamaican dollars, right? So they control the Dunn's River Falls. They also control now the Harmony Beach Park, which I did say entry fee is free. They also control Green Grotto Caves.
I've never been here.
I'm not going on a no cave. That one is going to miss me forever.
And I've been to St. Anne so many times.
Yeah. They control Otorius Bay Beach. Now ask me where this one is. I should know, I'm in OJ all the time. But I don't know where it is. Also called Turtle Beach.
And I stayed at the Jamaica Grand, and I still don't know where it is.
Nestled between Sunset Jamaica Grand on the eastern side and Otorius Cruise Ship Pier on the western end. So I have to go hunt it and go find it. Long Bay Beach in Negril is controlled by UDC, and there is a small fee, as you can see. Residents, you only pay $150. Bluefields Beach Park. Is it free? It looks so. Entry fee $150 in the bathroom. Shower facility $100. Tell you guys. Reach Falls. We have been to this one.
That was ages ago.
But this one, a residence is $500. Nice waterfalls, Reach Falls. Turtle River Park. They also control this one. Is in Otorius as well, and I've never been in there, but I need to get there. I mean, it's only what $50 per hour to park. Really?
Well, the daily parking fee is $150.
Daily. Oh my goodness. So everybody, you see all these beautiful places over Jamaica, free. So here people are complaining about beach.
And these are just the UDC ones.
Yeah.
We haven't even spoken about the private ones.
Right. People are complaining about beach attack from them. So the UDC they're fixing up beaches and stuff, right? So that's one thing you can do in terms of doing business with the UDC. You also, I think the Duns River, so you can go to tenders, car parks, you can rent space for an event. They operate some attractions too. So they operate the Duns River Falls. So you can now go to the UDC, see? The world famous Duns River Falls. Hold on. View. No, hold on. I know you can. You suppose you can rent space. Maybe
Maybe it's
it's
not
not
there,
under
so
here. Do business. So the business opportunities here. So you click here, UDC business opportunities.
oh, it's a PDF.
So here are your business opportunities, everybody. We are give you a whole office center, building space or rent, food and beverage, all kind of things.
I wonder where these spaces
So
are.
this is Kingston Mall downtown.
Ooh.
They're telling you that they have shops for rent. Um, Seabed Arcade. This must be downtown too. Food court. Harmony Beach Park. What them have at Harmony?
Units.
Them have anchor shops designed, build and operate. Unit 17 is 3,400 square feet. Top cruise destinations in Ocho Rios. You can rent something at the Duns River Falls. So they have shops for rent between 265 square feet and 100 square feet. Future opportunities are coming in Port Royal, Portmore Town Centre, Kingston Harbour, Cayman's Development, and the Houses of Parliament and Government Campus. So you see, the UDC have opportunities for you. Is there a way to put this PDF in the chat? No, they can go on the website. It's gonna be there. Just have to remember UDC, everybody. What else I need to tell you? Do you have the guess?
Let me check.
All right, let me continue answering the questions.
No.
Did anybody know about UDC?
What is RETI?
What is what?
REI. Oh, REIT.
REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust.
Okay.
Yeah, Real Estate Investment Trust. That's where a company that owns real estate, you can buy units or so in the trust.
Okay.
But you have any control over the trust. It's the owners of the trust who will have control.
Okay. So what's your purpose? Just to give them the
Just to
money?
buy the shares in
Okay.
it. Yeah. You want to text your guest to see if he's up in a challenge. All right, everybody. So I will take your questions.
Any questions?
I am checking.
What's the name of the type of survey that gives you access to start building on your land?
Land survey. What you usually need
That
is
gives you
a ID.
access to start building on your land?
Yeah. It's called an ID survey, identification survey.
Identification survey. Okay.
Trying to find the Have any more questions?
Come in.
Somebody says I can't see the PDF. Oh, we're telling you, we didn't bring it up. We're telling you to. Oh, maybe they couldn't see the PDF when you had it up, Tony.
Oh, Yeah, because I would have to have shared the second. I guess share the second screen. Let me see if I can send the link to the PDF. Should be able to do that. I'm gonna put the link to the PDF in the chat now. There we go.
She said Bay Beach is right off the main road in Ocheria Square. You can't miss it. I have to go look for it. Really, I mean, we're out there like every week. I'm out there every week,
I do.
literally.
I do think, Mom, we need to make a list of all the attractions, maybe in each parish.
Right.
I just go to the
And
parish
get to
for
them.
one day and go and look at them because we really don't know where they are.
All right, contribute money. Jamie asked a member contribution refund towards deposit loan. It's not on the. You can. You have to ask them about that. I don't remember seeing that on the portal, but ask them about it. It's all your contributions that you would have gotten back up to 2021. Because we're in 2023 now, so it's 2 years in the back. So those of you who want to use that facility as part of your deposit, it's called contribution refund towards deposit loan. CRTD loan. Maxine asked me if I wouldn't borrow from NHD to build. Yes, Maxine. So I bought a piece of land for 340,000 back in the day. And I borrowed I borrowed 1 million from NHD and 2.5 from the bank. And that's what I used to build. So it's that 1 million that I finished paying and I finished paying the 2.5. So that's how I get by the title. But why I say I wouldn't go back and borrow again is because they're giving me 2.5 million now. If me back in the day, me borrowed 2.5 million from the bank. And 1 million from NHD, that's 3.5 million. And build a whole house. Build a whole house, Maxi. What in God's name would possess me now? If I take 2.5 million, if I put in some tile, or I put in one kitchen.
Maybe you can add an extra bedroom.
2.5 million can add an extra bedroom.
Really?
You won't be able to tile it. That's the wall and the roof you get, probably.
But the thing is, you're older.
No, if I finish paying for the property, everybody, let me tell you something. If you finish paying for this property, like at my age now, I'm 57, managed to finish pay for this property a couple years ago. They want me to give them 2.5 million, take 2.5 million from them to renovate the same property. That's the thing, I can't use it to buy a new property, or I can't use it to my daughter to buy a property. I have to use it to renovate the same property. That is just NHG trying to get money on the road through me. So they're trying to get me to take 2.5 million to go buy some tile from Woman Things, buy some paint from Berger, pay the mason, the tiler, the plumber. So me not get none of the money. The money will pass through me to get to these people. All right, so I'm going to take the money now, 2.5, I'm paint the place, I'm tile it. And what else am I do with it?
New kitchen.
New kitchen for $1 million. What is the benefit to me? More than to look at this pretty place. But no, I'm not going in my pocket.
I know, but I think what's reaching some people is that you've had this house for 40 years, 30 years.
30 years.
And because you've been paying this mortgage for so long, that you really haven't had the opportunity to maybe even renovate or put anything nice in the house.
Yeah, but Tony.
So NHG is giving you the opportunity to borrow a little bit more and do these improvements that would have popped down after the 15, 30 years that you've been in this house.
Yeah, but
the problem is that you are older. You're probably in a couple years going on to pension, or you're gonna be losing your job because you're older. More people are coming into this market. Can you really afford the risk?
16,000, yeah,
to add $16,000 more on your account just to get a new kitchen and some new tile floors and to paint the house?
I don't think so. At this stage of the game now, if you have some children, they are the ones who must come now and do that. Buy your mother a new kitchen, tile over your mother's house, paint your mother's house. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So we send you go to school, come out, You earn a decent little pay. You earn a 200, 300,000 a month. You still live in this house. You're not paying no rent and a mortgage. Right? So at this stage, I'm saying your first year money must go towards doing those renovations and sprucing up the place where you live.
Yeah.
Before you ask your mother for go take out mortgage. If it was that NHT was saying, yes, you can get the 2.5 now, you know. Join it with Tony and money for 7.5. So she have 10 million. And buy a house for Tony and now. Then I would say yes. And that mortgage would now be on Tony and property. That 10 million would now be on Tony and property. But you want me to get my title in my hand. And then me must turn around and give you back my title.
And the sad thing is, you've 30 years and you've paid for this house, and then you lose it for $2.5 million.
No way. Absolutely not.
That's a real reality.
Yeah, that's too rough. That one, that's too rough. All right.
Sophia wants to know, Miss Claudia, do you need a topographical survey to submit building plans to the parish council?
If your land hilly, yes. Your land is hilly. Definitely, when we're doing subdivisions, we need topographical survey. But if you are building on a property that is hilly and then pick that up, then yes. Sometimes you can just give it to them with an ID now. They might not pick it up. But if you're draftsman, draw a hillside house, they're gonna pick up. And if he's drawing a hillside house, he's gonna need a topo, yes. But if the draftsman draw the house flat and then present a regular surveyor's ID, they might not realize.
Ria wants to know, how does the new process that NHD have changes the home ownership process?
Share the link in the chat, Tony. Somebody wants you to share. Which link?
Yeah, man.
NHD shared already. How does which process?
NHD. How does the new process that NHD have changes the home ownership process?
It don't change the home ownership process. Just change the processing process of the loan. So if it is that you're getting a 6.5 or a 7.5 from NHD alone, you only go to NHD. So if you're not using the bank, or like in this transaction for the land, most persons would be using the bank. They probably just two of them join and them only use NHD. So you will go straight to NHD for your loan. Persons over that now, when join with the bank, will go to the bank direct. And the bank will use their processes to underwrite the loan and all of that. So you will pay the bank all the money direct. But the interest rate is the same, I think. So if you're getting 6.5 from NHD, your interest rate is whatever NHD say. And if you get 6.5 from the bank, the interest rate is what the bank says. But you're going to face the bank's underwriting. And that's where it gets sticky. Because, personally, I believe the banks here don't work well with self-employed. If you're self-employed, on your granny teeth, they might ask you for. Trust me, been there, done that. Things that they ask, so you're wondering, why do you need these things, right? So, depending on if you're self-employed, you have to have a ducks line up. File a tax return. Even when you file a tax return, you have to be able to show the income in your bank account. So, self-employed. And those of you who have not yet signed up with NHT, if you're self-employed, you need to. NHT is the only company that will give you this loan without all this hassle.
Antoinette says, I'm on NHT website. Where do you go to apply for the eligibility letter? I'm not seeing the option.
All right, let's go on the website.
You actually first need to...
No, it's on the front. Let me just get to it. Divinity says, talk about Portland development. All right, so the Portland development, we're still inside of NAA. Waiting on... This is not NAA's fault. I tell you, the Jamaican companies that we've had to interface with have been very good, very prompt. We're talking about the Portland Parish Council, the Portland Fire Department, the Portland Health Department. National Works Agency, National Environmental and Planning. What's the A for again? NEPA, National Environmental and Planning Agency, yeah. And I did say NAA, National Works Agency, very prompt. Respond to you very good. What I'm waiting on, so NAA asked us for an adjustment um, to some little things in our subdivision, and asked us to pay for them to process it, which we did. We paid that already. So I'm now waiting over 2 weeks now on the surveyor to just check to see what the engineer did, if he did the correct thing. Well, today I got so fed up I went on the document myself, the blueprint myself. I was like, Claudia, you got to just go learn how to read this thing. And lo and behold, it was so clear. Even my grandson could have read it. So I looked at it and I've determined that the engineer has done his job that he was supposed to do. So tomorrow morning, I'm just going to get to NAA to find out how many prints they want, get it done, and the engineer stamp it and get back and let them complete them work. Because they have been very good. They have not been tardy in any way. They have been so good. I tell you that any money that any peer raise that them get, them deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, I don't know. But Portland Parish Council, Portland Fire Department, Portland Health, NAA, National Works Agency, NEPA, NEPA, National Environmental Planning Agency. Am I leaving out anybody? Even National Water Commission have responded, yes, we can give you the water. So they have all been good, right? So any pay increase compensation that has been given to the public sector, these particular um, agencies or groups, them deserve it. And I want to see them drive up in a Benz beside me. I made no bones about that. Because the faster them work, is the faster everybody can make money.
Mm-hmm. Faster development happens in Jamaica.
Faster. All right, so NHT start sale. I see this. I see it coming up there now. Um, so it is get pre-approval. No, what was the question? Was it about pre-approval?
Yes. How
Yeah.
to log in.
Yeah, get pre-approval.
But there's a lot of places you can click because NHT sign in is here.
Mm-hmm.
Get pre-approval eligibility letter is here. I think it's the same.
It takes you to the same screen.
If you've never signed up for NHT online, you will need to click register and just fill in this information. You will need to do this from a desktop or a laptop. It doesn't work as well as on mobile as yet.
All right, so the Portland development, I'm hoping we can get the approval in another 3 months and then we're good to go.
Look if you see a question for Nadine Daly Webley.
Oh, she said I missed our question.
Mm-hmm.
Nadine Dale Webley. Maybe you could copy it back, Nadine. If I can't find it quick enough. So everybody can answer the question. You can. What am I saying? I'm getting tired.
You only have 10 more minutes.
Getting tired.
Let's try and find Nadine's question.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Not sure. Is this at the beginning already? Nadine, drop it back. Nadine.
Here's a question. Hi, ladies. If I'm Jamaican, would there be a problem to make a will which includes property overseas, thinking there may be differences in property laws between countries.
No, it's just that they would probate the will there for that property. So they would probate here for these properties here, and then the will would go overseas to probate. Or they probate it there and then send it down to a lawyer here to probate. But it's one will, you're right. You just state clearly where the property is.
Right, because you have to give the address of the property
Mm-hmm.
and who should get it.
Mm-hmm. I think I see a question pop up.
Yes, I need to. Your phone died?
Almost there.
Question. What if you're buying a piece of land and gave the surveyor's report late to your lawyer, and there is something wrong on the survey? Seller still supposed to address it?
As long as in a sale agreement. So your sale agreement would have said if there is any breach on the property, whose responsibility is to address it. Some sale agreements said the seller don't want to be responsible. But certainly those that I'm involved with, as usually I'll visit the property first. If I see where there may be a breach, then I'm going to let the seller know that in their sale agreement it's going to have that they're responsible to deal with it. So it just depends on.
But I don't understand.
Usually it's a seller because the seller breach it.
What do you mean by you gave it to the lawyer late?
No, she probably got there. She outside of the 45 days commitment.
Oh,
There's a 45 days commitment letter that they ask. They ask for the commitment letter within 45 days. So this person may have gotten her survey after. So by the time she go to the bank, the bank says, oh, there's a breach.
Okay.
The 45 days up.
Oh. Sophia says, I am in my online profile at NHT. I am not seeing how to apply for the eligibility letter there.
It should just come up, Sophie. That's the first thing that pop up in front of you when you
It should be, for the most part.
Hold on, go on it, but don't share the screen yet. Let me just see something. Not going to give me because just like how you see it pop up and tell me that I have 2 point. How much did they say? I can get 2.5 million. See the eligibility pre-approval. It says it. It says eligibility / pre-approval. And it says based on your. You can read that?
One moment.
It says based on the assessment generated May 7, which is when? That's not today.
That's 2 weeks ago.
As a homeowner earning 56,000 monthly, which is me, I'm telling earning that, you are eligible for the following benefits. This assessment is valid until the 3rd, 2023.
So maybe Sophia is saying that this here is blank.
Or if that is blank, it means that they probably haven't uploaded your particular income to the system as yet. If it's totally blank, Sophie. So you would need to screenshot that and send them an email, let them know that's what you're seeing.
Right, at We Care
at nht.gov.jn.
Dwayne wants to know, what's your stand when two friends come together to buy a house?
If it is,
Dwayne says house is for investment purpose.
all right, depends on how you're buying. So listen now. Let us say I'm friends with Tonya. So it depends. Tonya want a house to live, but I have a house already. I don't need a house to live. I just want a house for investment. You might have a problem there. Because Tony wants to live in this property and I don't need anywhere to live. I just want it for investment.
But he says house is for investment.
Not necessarily. Some people just buy a house to live. So you have to both want the same things. Now, it doesn't Tony says, no, I will go. I want it for the investment.
And both of you need to have the same type of investment mindset.
But Tony don't live anywhere. In other words, Tony just don't live anywhere. Tony don't have no house yet. Our
Why
mother
keep
now have the
holding
house.
on to that?
Our mother now have the house. Our father now have the
We're
house.
both on equal footing and we both want to buy an investment
That's
property.
fine. Okay, that's fine.
But mom, they both need to have the same investment mindset
Which is
because, and this is where sometimes you and I disagree, because you look at investment sometimes and you're like, I want it for capital gain. And I'm like, no, mom, we need to get something for cash flow.
Mhm.
So, what kind of investment you guys want to do in the short term and in the long term?
I like capital gain. Capital gain are big money, right?
I like cash flow because
She
I
like
like
cash
steady income.
because she like for liquor. She likes liquor trickle. She want to make sure say, all right, yeah, I'm sure me I'll get 10,000 on my bank account this week. Really. Um, and truth is, cash flow works to when you're in retirement, right? It does. Um, but I like capital gain. Capital gain is a faster way to make money. But look at it this way. So you buy a property like Camelot. All right, I'm going to talk about Camelot. Everybody know Camelot. Camelot is in Discovery Bay, gorgeous building. I bought it for 17.3. I can sell it over 35 mil. Or 34 mil if I get. Sorry for the people.
Oh, Sophia. Oh, God, no. Say your thing. I just saw
So I
something.
can sell it for 34 mil.
Mhm.
I buy it for 17.3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can sell it for double. After I sell for 34 mil, I come out with maybe 32 mil. Pay the bank back them 17 million. So I now have what's the max? About 15 million, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 15 million. I never ever work hard for. So right now I'm at 15 million. All right, I could do the maths now. Now I have to come a lot and I sit down on it. I'm decide say, all right, 21. What you say you want? Cash flow. Now that you say you want.
Yes.
So let us say I bought it cash then, for argument's sake. So I've spent 17.3 million. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
I may get 80,000 a month. 216 months divided by 12. That take me 18 years. Do the maths now. It'll take me 18 years to collect back my 17.3 million. That's too trickling, guys. All right, watch this
Yeah, but
now.
what I don't like about cash flow is that you have to sell and repeat.
You mean
I mean,
capital
capital
gain?
gain. You have to literally be working all the time to sell this property, look for a new property, wait for it to appreciate, sell it back, and do it again.
Maybe because I like the hunt.
Yeah.
I'm like the dog, you know. I like the hunt for the bone, but I'm gonna get the bone, but just release it.
I like sure and steady.
Yeah, you like to chew the bone and get the bone pain. So if I buy this place at 17.3, borrow the money from the bank, 16 million, I pay a mortgage, 100 and a little bit. Only spent 1 million in deposit, 1 million to pay JN for lend me the money. So I'm gonna spend 2 million. And when me flip and get it, I get 15 million. Don't you see I would have made 13 million on 2 million? In other words, you collect the money faster,
Mm-hmm.
right? Notwithstanding, there are some properties that the rent makes sense. But like on a single house property, the rent don't make sense. So like I say, I was able to pick up a 17.3 million property that had 4 or 5 rentals.
Mm-hmm.
So they're giving me 80,000, they give me 300,000 a month. Therefore, I would have collected back my money a little faster.
Right.
You understand? So, and besides, when I collect by the 15 million, I can go back to market quick. Buy something again, flip. I might say I'm buy 3 Palmetto pints. You see? Things like that. So the money comes in faster. But Tony Love, cash flow. I'm kind of sorry me the teacher the game. Because now she not listen to counsel. But anyway, it's a balance, right? So you have to have some with cash flow, you have to have some with capital gain. Now, personally, what I do to kind of listen to what she's saying and temper it is land, capital gain, house or building, cash flow. So if you think of it in that way, you can do both, right? And the land is usually cheaper to get into. So go with the land for the capital gain. So like we did
Pembroke.
Palmbrook Estates, 3.5. Flip, sold back. Palmbrook is now selling for 5.5 or 6 million, depending on which one it is. Right? So capital gain. So remember that when you're investing. Capital gain, if you want capital gain, cash flow. I tell you, I'm getting tired. If you want capital gain, land. If you want cash flow, property with building. Now, another point I was trying to make about investing with friends, you know them talk about even yoke or equal yoke. No, sometimes one friend is starting from ground zero and another one may already be at number one, two, three up the ladder. He's gonna stop to invest with this friend who's at ground zero. He could be at ground zero because his thinking is not correct or his knowledge is not where it should be, right? Um, the first thing the richest man in Babylon teaches us is we must make our homes a profitable investment. So after I teach about 10% of what you earn is yours, control the expenditure, or something else. I think it says you are too. It's one of the 7 cures for a lean purse. One of the 7. I'm doing this now because my grandson Xander is now with this finger thing 1, 2, 3, 4. So he tells you make your dwelling a profitable investment. What does that mean? Means your dwelling, you must own your dwelling. Instead of paying rent, you pay a mortgage, right? Pay a mortgage. That way you're building up your own money in the own property. It tells you that. So if you have not yet bought a house for yourself, you don't reach investment yet. You won't be able. You just need to wet your foot and go buy your own place first. Then you go invest with your friends, right?
Even if you're not going to live in the house, like you live with your parents, but
Parents
you still
are
need to buy something for yourself.
for yourself first, right? Because remember, an investment property. So like I own property with friends, but I bought the house to live in first. An investment property is gonna be money tied up, right? You can't extract that money. You can't say to your friend, "Me broke, you know, me want about money." Or you gonna say to your friend, "Hey, me see a house, I want buy it for go live in there, you know. Me want about my money." You can't do that. You understand what I'm saying?
You have to be able to wait it out.
Yeah. Um. So there's something called the balance of scale. A balance has to be there in the investment. You have to find the balance, right? So you can't invest with people who too poor, whoever made them around to you for their money. And at the same time, you can't invest with two people too far away ahead of you too. Because them usually shark up everything. Them no wanna even, them no wanna balance. So if them the way ahead of you in an investment, them have 50 million and you only have 1 million. And you are gonna do the work, you know. Them not do not. Got them coming with them big money.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you don't like that kind of dynamics, don't do it. But certainly each person must own a property. Now, your parents may have set certain foundations. So like for us, I have already set certain foundations. My children, my grandchildren. So yes, them not starting at zero. So if you're on the street and you meet them and you want to date them going to say to you, where on the pole are you? If you say zero, them not gonna look for you. Let me just tell you that. That's just it. Them are gonna say, nah, nah, nah. You need to get on the pole. Get on the ladder, man. You're not on the ladder, you're not ready. So where are you on this pole? Are you, if you're at a 5, you're going to stop to pull up the person who is at 0? You might have such a hard task. Just think about it. So, friends, I would say for one, make sure both of you have a house already. Your family set. The first thing you know. Now some persons do the reverse. So what them do, them go into business, investment, and them doing all these things, and them wife and people them are suffering a rent house. You doing it? Them literally are suffer. Them can't have a plant or flowers. Them can't paint up the place.
Not only that, but because you're so heavily tied into the investments, you have no spare cash to do anything else.
And you won't have any spare cash. And that me for tell you now. You won't. Because when I bought my first house, I used to think I never have spare cash until I started getting into investments. Investments take money. Remember, investment is a business just the same. So you're going to take off your socks and your pants off of you before you start to see any real benefits, right?
Whereas if you invest in this to go build an apartment company.
Jeez.
I mean, I swear, like, to build an apartment company, like 100 people have to be paid before the building finish.
Before you get paid, right? Before you get paid, guys. That's a killer one. When you talk about you want to do a whole complex, trust me. I can just imagine when Gore and Matalan and so started with their little 1-1 project, and they didn't start big like how you see them now. All of them started with the 1-1 project.
I know, like I was at a Matalan development the other day, and I had to really look at the title to see that it was Matalan, and literally the community had 6 houses. The entire community was 6 houses
that they built first.
Yeah.
They started small. So it don't just Rome not just building on one day. You have to start somewhere. But just make sure that the partners that you're with are an even keel. They understand the homework. They know what is to be done. But I would say for you to get to investment level, you must own your own house already. A house that you actively buy. Not that your grandmother leave your house. You understand? A house that you actively buy and that you can say yes and you know the ropes and you go through it. Not the two are you learning to do this. You must have done that at least that part already.
Right. So, Sophia, yes, there is a slight issue with self-employed persons. What you'll need to do is just screenshot what you're seeing to NHT at wecare@nht.gov.jm, and they'll fix the issue for you. The self-employed persons aren't coming over as smoothly on the system.
Oh. Is that because they didn't file tax returns? What?
No, it has nothing to do with filing. Persons who have filed, it's just something with self-employed. It's not coming over as quickly.
Oh. Maybe they don't have it as a priority.
As a priority? Maybe.
All right, do you have any more questions?
Yes, I'm checking.
We're slightly over our time, so we'll be wrapping up. I hope you learned something today about inflation and that you must, Sophia agreed with me, buy a house to live in first and then buy investment property. Yeah. I remember even the house you buy first can be investment property down the line, because you can add on rooms at the back, you can do all of that, and then it becomes investment property, and then you buy another place and you move, and that's investment property. But I'm saying, wet your foot in the waters, go buy a place. If you're afraid to buy a property for yourself, every place when you're your friend look on, you're afraid.
Yeah.
Every place. Can you not know nothing about real estate? You understand what I'm saying? So it's like car, the same thing. If the business is to go into car business and you don't own a car, you never buy a car for already. Every car you look on, you and your friend look on, you're gonna say, so what? You think it's a good deal? Want money breakdown. We can't get parts. You don't know nothing. You never even buy a tire for your car yet. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's like when they say, let's go on business to run taxi. You run taxi yet?
Yeah. You know anything about taxi business? Hmm? So you have to. I'm looking if there's anybody else, but I seem to have been bumped out of the live. Some strange reason of this.
No, I think that's it though.
You're on still?
Yep.
All right, everybody. So if there is, the way bigging up Sophie, self-employed to the world. Yeah, we have to be careful about our associates. People can either sink you or build you, right? Which is why you don't want to go in as the underdog. You want to know something
Mm-hmm.
as well. And having gone through the process, of buying a property, you learn. You learn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks, Tony. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to share the video now, like it, thumbs up it,
And subscribe to the channel.
subscribe to the channel. Those of you who are new, I hear that it helps us with our algorithm. So before you leave, give a thumbs up. Where they must give the thumbs up? In the chat or somewhere on the screen?
On the video itself.
Oh,
on the YouTube video.
On the YouTube video. So they can do that now while we're on.
Right, they can.
Mm-hmm. So my question get dumped. What's the question, Kyle? Oh, how much to survey 5 acres and subdivide? You have to WhatsApp me for we need a topo for that. You have to WhatsApp me for a survey number.
Like you wouldn't know that off your head.
No, I wouldn't know that. I'm not a surveyor. The surveyor would tell you that easy. You just tell them where it is, 5 acres, with hilly, gully, whatever. You have another question, Kyle?
No, I guess not. That was maybe his only question.
His question. All
right. So Kyle, WhatsApp us so we can get your survey so you can ask the info.
Mm-hmm. All right. So remember, everybody, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. All right.
Bye,
Thanks
everyone.
a lot. See you next week. Bye.